Hey YouTube, welcome back to a another review, another Nintendo Switch review here on the channel. I just wanted to let you know that this 25th of November, the 25th of November is Doctor Who and all that stuff. So it's gonna it's gonna like pop on at 10:30 tomorrow morning. I think it's going to pop on at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Um, that's when uh, the show is gonna come on in the morning on Saturday morning for America. So on Disney Plus. So, but we're not going to talk about that today. Today I'm going to talk about an interesting game on the Nintendo Switch. So you probably know what the title of this video is going to be. So without further ado, let's review one of my favorite games of the year, basically, based on how easy it is, how simple it is, and one of my favorite Mario games of all time, based on its storyline, its combat, and the overall world, basically, and the music. It's really good. So today we're going to be reviewing Super Mario RPG for the Nintendo Switch. This is a remake. Yeah, so this is a remaster or remake. Yeah, it's a remake. Um, so this is Super Mario RPG. They didn't call it The Legend of the Seven Stars because of Square Enix rights to it, but this is Super Mario RPG for the Nintendo Switch. Um, Now, how is the overall? So the question is this remake worth it? Now, for casual RPG fans, yes, this is a good remake, but for for those who have played the original who want to step their toe in it again, should you play this remake? Well, yes and no. If you want to play the original, if you want to play the remake, then go for it. But if you're not an RPG fan, then you won't like this game because, if you're not an RPG fan, then you won't like this game. Um, but if you are an RPG fan, then yes, you should get this game. If you have not played it, because of the price of this game, because of the price of the Super Nintendo version, um, so yeah, would I dip my toe in this remake again? Or like, would I dip my toe for this remake to play it again? Yes. Um, well, there's a little bit of a yes and there's a lot of no's, but it is the same game of the original. If you're tired of the original, then you shouldn't pick up this remake. There's no reason for it. But if you have not played the original and want to play the remake, then yes, you should go for it. Um, so yeah, so the storyline of Super Mario RPG is Princess Peach is doing her daily business throughout Mario, like planting flowers, and all of a sudden Bowser comes in and kidnaps her, and Mario has to go get her back. Typical Mario, in typical Mario fashion. But basically, what happens is that as Mario is trying to rescue Princess Peach, uh, like he Bowser falls to his pitiable demise, and Princess Peach and Mario are like on the what is it? What do you call those? The like chandeliers. So So they're on top of these chandeliers, and Mario falls, uh like he gets knocked out, um and but he gets knocked out by this great big huge sword that falls from the sky and into the castle, and stuff like that. So I know that I'm so as Bowser and Mario are fighting on these chandeliers, Princess, you know, Mario is trying to rescue Princess Peach, but he can't really get her down just yet because this castle is shaking, and the sword falls like to the sword falls into the sword falls into big giant sword falls into the castle, and that's where the RPG adventure begins. So yeah, I mean, this game when it came out, it was like groundbreaking for Mario fans. This was the first Mario RPG that ever did it for Nintendo. And Nintendo brought this remake, like they knocked it out of the park. They knocked it out of the park with this remake for Nintendo Switch, and I'm so happy that this this game actually came to Nintendo Switch because I was actually kind of worried that they wouldn't be able to produce it. Like they wouldn't be able to get it on Nintendo Switch. I was worried that Super Mario RPG wouldn't make it to Nintendo Switch because of the licensing issues with Nintendo Switch Online. Um, but it's technically their property, because they made it with Square Enix and stuff like that when Square Enix and Nintendo were partners back in the day. Uh, but they still are now. It's just a little bit weird because I was expecting this to come to Nintendo Switch Online, but they started to do a remake. And it kind of shocked me at the one of the Nintendo Directs that this got announced, and I knew that I was going to pick this game up and liking it, and loving it. So yeah, so let's talk about the characters. So there's Mario, there's Gino, um, there's a Cloud guy, and there's Gino the puppet. There's this Cloud guy. I don't know what his name is. I'm trying. I'm really bad with names with this remake, um, yeah. So the boss battles, they're they get kind of tough. They get kind of tough, but kind of not once you put it on easy mode, like I did, because I wanted to get through a breeze and not. It's like I think you can do a no death run with this remake. I think you can do a no death run, like all your characters. I don't think they won't die necessarily, but you do need to be careful within those really intense battles and that stuff. But yeah, I mean, battles will get tougher and tougher once you progress through the story, and you will get stuck like I did with the musical melody part. So that keep that in mind. So you will need to look up a YouTube video on that because I got stuck on that part. But yeah, I mean, I know my musical notes, like I can sing really well. I don't know what I didn't know what the position was on some of the notes that I needed to do to progress on. So that'll like the musical note part. Um, so yeah, I mean, yeah, this remake is so it's so good. It was the right amount of time to get this released, and this remake is so good because it's an introduction to like it's a beginner game for RPG fans. This is a beginner game for RPG who are getting into RPGs. So that's my take on that. If you're not into turn-based RPGs, then this will the game will probably annoy you because you go into a battle every 5 seconds, it feels like, in the game. So there and there's just way too many enemies to deal with in this game, so it'll probably annoy you, but at the same time, it's good old fashioned Super Mario RPG at its finest. So anyways, so yeah, would I sell my original copy for the Super Nintendo? Yes, I think because of this remake. Yes, I would because I'm worried that I won't be able to get around to playing the original, and I'll be playing a lot more of this if I want to like show off my friends this game and stuff like that. And this game is a really good it's a really good introduction to RPG mechanics. It's really really good. And would I recommend it to my wife? Sure. I mean, I really do recommend it towards for beginner who people are learning to play RPGs. This is an excellent game to, you know, get a beginner's guide on RPGs, and this is the one to probably get for your kids who are willing to play RPGs. Well, I just hit my leg on the table here. So would I recommend this remake? Yes. Um, for original Super Mario RPG fans, yes, I would totally get this game if you're worried about your saved battery for your Super Nintendo cartridge. Um, yeah, I would I would totally get this game because it'll last longer within your library and stuff like that. Um anyways, um so yeah, how were the boss battles? The boss battles are rememberable. But I fondly remember the Shy Guy boss at the beginning. I really remember that boss and how tough it was to for my friend Seth Davis to beat it and all that stuff. And yeah, that was one of the most memorable bosses, I think. But um there's let's see what bosses do I remember. There's a cake boss. There's that was the recent one that I just did. There's a cake boss where Bowser, no, where Peach is not trying to marry this Wario looking Viking guy. That I mean, it gets so hilarious when Mario is getting ready to, getting ready to kiss Princess Peach, but Bowser and like Gino are like kissing Mario's cheeks, and it's like what? So that was like the funniest part about this RPG is uh that romance part, but that was like one of the most funniest parts about this RPG is the story and all that stuff. So I really do enjoyed the story of this RPG so far. but I'm on like my fifth star. Uh, like my fifth star. So, um, I just wanted to, you know, get this review out and see what I think of it. My first thoughts of it. And so far, it's this RPG is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not really amazing because it doesn't have variety within the maps. Like it doesn't have a snow area. I was expecting a snow area, but that can only be found in like other Mario RPGs, like the Paper Mario series and all that stuff. But I was expecting that. Battles will get tougher as you progress. Items are pretty simple to manage, but you will get more items as you progress through the story in management. And the mini games, the mini games are pretty tough on me because I don't know what's going on within the mini games and how to operate them. But I think they're optional, but I'm not technically sure if they are optional. But they will. But some mini games do will progress you through the story and stuff like that. Um, yeah. So, I mean, would I recommend this game for original Super Nintendo owners if you already have a slow Switch? Yes, but if you are tired of the original, then I would definitely skip, this remake. I would totally skip it because it's exactly the same game as the original. And if you played it so many times, then to me, it's not worth it if you haven't played the original. But I haven't played the original so many times because I kept my Super Nintendo copy like in mint condition. Um, and so yeah, I mean, it's still a good game. I'm very thankful that this game came out for Nintendo Switch users like me and Chris. Um, but you know, so yeah, I mean, it's really tough. It's really tough to judge this game. It's really tough to judge it based on its form factor. For RPG fans like me. Um, but you know, yeah, I mean, I got into RPGs when I first started up my replay retro business. Like, I didn't know what to expect of RPGs, like turn-based RPGs. Um, but yeah, my first Final Fantasy game was probably 7. Yeah, it was probably 7. So that I played. Um, but yeah, I mean, should you get this game? Um, I think yes, you should if you haven't played it. If you have not, so here's my recommendation. If you have not played this game before, then get it for the Nintendo Switch. But if you or if you already have like dozens of times, then probably skip this one. I mean, it's a mediocre. I'm just gonna give this a mediocre score. But so yeah, the graphics they look phenomenal in this game. They look phenomenal in this game. The graphics look phenomenal. So that's all I can say is they look phenomenal. Um and yeah, so sorry. It's just been a busy week and I'm just a little bit tired from Thanksgiving because of the turkey and stuff like that. And so yeah, me and my wife went over to my parents' house and it was a lot of fun over there. It was a lot of fun. I did enjoy myself, but I was just a little bit tired that day too. So, anyways, YouTubers, so uh, the final verdict for Super Mario RPG. This is a tough score to give it. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It kind of impressed me so far, but for Mario RPG fans, go for it if you want. So here's my suggestion is if you want to dip your toe into this remake again, go for it. If you don't, then skip it. That's my only recommendation. Um, but if you have not played that, play it, not stuff, and finish it, enjoy it. Um, so yeah, I mean, Mario RPG, it's an 8 out of 10. It's it's the very first RPG, Mario RPG ever released, and I'm so happy for this remake to come out. But, you know, they could have just put this on Nintendo Switch Online. Um, and I would have been happy with it. Um, but, I just wanted those like the modern feel of the controls and stuff like that. And here's a question. Can you play this with a Super Nintendo controller? I think you can. I think you can play this with a Super Nintendo controller. There's not that many buttons to do. Um, I think, but I'm not technically sure if you can. Um, so anyways, um, YouTubers, that concludes this review of Super Mario RPG. If you have not played it, play it. If you're already tired of it, don't play it. No, that's my only. These are all my only recommendations. So yeah. So anyways, my next review is probably going to be Doctor Who and the Star Beast. That stuff. Doctor Who and the 60th anniversary, which is called The Star Beast. I don't know when reviews go live for the 60th anniversary, but I will like of Doctor Who. So make sure to be tuned in for that. I might be a little bit tired that night after we get done watching it. I don't know. It's a lot of plot holes in the 60th, but I hope it's simple to understand. Um, I hope it's not like the flux, like era of Doctor Who with Jodie Whittaker. I hope it's not like that. But but anyway, I hope it's simple and I hope it's easy to understand for all Whovians. It should be because the reviews were great on it. Um, for Whovians of Doctor Who, not stuff. So anyways, YouTubers, stay tuned for that. If I don't get back to you tomorrow night, I'd be a little bit tired and all that stuff. So maybe running errands, all that stuff. So, anyways, YouTubers, I'll be back. So yeah, I'll be back someday to review that for you guys. Um, and yep. So this concludes this review of Super Mario RPG and what is upcoming next on the Lincoln Williams Show. I'll see you guys all later in the next Lincoln Williams Show episode. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys all later. So, have a fantastic day, YouTubers, and have a great night. And I'll be back someday, YouTubers.